My name is Audrey Freshwater.
What is your area of vocation?
I am currently the program director for CASA, which stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates, and we advocate for children's rights in court.
How long have you been in this vocational area?
I worked for the Department of Children's Services for 2 years, and then I've been program director for 7.
Okay. Do you still have great passion for your vocation?
Most days, yes. No, every day I do. You don't do this for the money. If someone hasn't told you that yet, I hate to break it to you. Um, you do it because you're passionate about what you do and you believe that you're making a difference, even when it's hard.
Okay.
So, yes, absolutely, I do.
What led you to this area of vocation?
Let's see. I always knew I wanted to do something in the psychology field. And I've always been, I guess, like a fighter for people. Like, I've always wanted to help people. And so, got my bachelor's in social work and psychology, double majored, and then got my master's in clinical psychology. Um, but worked in the field while I was going to grad school, and um, DCS was probably the best learning experience I had. It's one of the few jobs that you really get to make a difference at, and you're really working one on one with kids, and so um, that really like fueled my passion for it, and I can't, I can't imagine doing anything else. It brings me a lot of joy and heartache sometimes, but more joy than anything.
Do you have any mentors?
Yeah, I mean, I think whenever you get into this field, um, you kind of want to identify maybe a worker or, some peer that you feel like is the kind of worker that you want to become. And one of the greatest things about this field is that, like, it is a team because you deal with a lot of really hard stuff, and people who don't do this for a living don't always understand. Um, and so you have to surround yourself with people who get it and can support you and build you up, and, mentor you. So, even now, I mean, I've been, all in all, I've been doing this for over 10 years. And so, I mean, I have people now who are some of my closest friends that I work with that I go to when, there's been a hard cases or it's been a tough day or, you're just struggling with dealing with um, what you see every day. And so you can't be a loner and do this job. You'll burn out really quickly. You have to have the support of people um, to be able to get you through. Really do.
What were some obstacles you had to overcome to achieve your dreams and goals in your area of vocation?
Oh. I think when you're young and you first start out, you think you're gonna just come to work and you're gonna go into these houses and they're gonna be so grateful that you're there and you're gonna make all this difference and then you're gonna be done. And I don't know that you're ever prepared for what you're really gonna see, um, especially what people are capable of doing to children. Um, the level of, I don't know, that addiction will take you to, pain from their own childhood. Um, it's really raw and in your face. I don't know that you can ever be prepared for that. And so I think in the beginning for me, it was really hard to take care of myself, process everything, protect myself as far as just making sure that I wasn't wearing other people's emotions and their, all these horrific things. You have to be able to kind of let some stuff stay at work, because it will eat you alive if you don't. And so that was a big obstacle. There were definitely moments of like, I don't know if I can do this, and you know, I have moments now where it's like I don't know if I make a difference, or like, a case will close and I ask myself, like, did I do any good? I mean, sometimes what you do is the impact you make is not seen until later on when maybe you're out of it. And so it was definitely harder in the beginning than it is now because I've been doing it for so long. I know. But there's still times that stuff like that come up.
What is a typical day like for you in your area of vocation?
Well, there is no typical day. And that's one thing that I really like about my job. If you want a job where you come in every day and you do the same thing and, it's very routine and things like that, um, hopefully your professor won't kill me, but you probably don't want to do this because that's not what it's like. Every day is different. Every case is different. Moment to moment, it's just different. Today was a pretty easy Monday. Wasn't in court too terribly long. Cases kind of went okay. Um, Last Thursday, I worked from 8 a.m. to well after midnight because um, a case just kind of blew up, and there was a situation that like I had to be at, and it had to get done. And there are days like that. You think a day is going to go a certain way, and it just doesn't. So um, you're dealing with people that are in crisis. So crisis situations don't happen when it's beneficial to your schedule, and they typically don't happen between 8 and 5. They just really don't. So you got to be flexible. Um, it doesn't. It's not always crazy, but you got to be prepared that you might have a very well detailed, written out plan of what your day is going to be like, and you might not get a single thing done that day because a kid needs you and you got to go. So,
Is there more that you would like to accomplish in your area of vocation?
um, I think I'm a person like I don't ever want to feel like I'm complacent in my job. Like I feel like there's always things to learn and room to grow and things to improve on. And like I said, I mean, I've been doing this for almost 10 years. I still go to every training I can, um, because I always want to be up to date and relevant. And I'm always looking for ways to do things better. And the population that you work with is always changing and evolving, and there's new drugs that are out there, there's new whatever kind of situations, and so you're always kind of growing. I don't know, maybe one day I'll go and get my doctorate. I don't know. I do know that I always want to work one on one, like with people. Like I don't ever want to sit in an office. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I don't ever want to sit in an office and do more like clerical kind of like file, looking at a file, making decisions kind of thing. Like because as a therapist too, like I could do that and make more money. But that's beside the point. But I wouldn't feel like I was really making a difference. Like I mean, that's just one of the things I love about it is working with these kids, like helping them out of a situation, whether it be staying with their parents and, putting the family back together and making it stronger, or sometimes that means them not being with their families, but you've changed the path that they're on. So I just don't know that I could ever walk away from that because it's what I love most about my job.
What would you give to me as I advice would you give to me as I seek to achieve my dreams of vocations?
Hmm. Don't give up. Um, if you're called to this field, it's for a reason, and you're gonna make a difference. There's gonna be hard times, there's gonna be hard days, there's gonna be times when you think about um, going to bag groceries at Publix, which is something a bunch of us say all the time. Like, it's been one of those days, I'm just gonna go be a checkout person at Publix because I can't do this right now. Um, we don't mean it, but I mean, there are days when you're just like, I don't have anything left to give, and um, that's when you've got to really take care of yourself and kind of go back and remember why you do what you do and why you believe in it, and just, I guess, reassure yourself that you're making a difference, even if it's really small, and keep fighting, like kids don't have a choice in the matter. They didn't get to pick their parents, they didn't get to pick the situation, they didn't make their parents addicts or abusers or neglectful or whatever it is, but you can show them that people really do care and love them and want what's best for them.